Hello, my dear students. In this session, we are going to discuss a very important topic in class 10 history, first chapter, the rise of nationalism in Europe. And the topic is new conservatism and the Treaty of Vienna. It's very important topic, right? Okay, so come to the point and pay attention, my dear children. The conservative people in France wanted to re-establish the old monarchy, the power and prestige of the church, and the old social order. Right? These three things. The conservatives wanted to re-establish three things. Old monarchies means old ruling kingdoms, then power and prestige of the church, then the old social order where the first state, second state and third state in society, the first and the second state with, privileges by birth, and the third state, no right, only duties. Okay, this thing. But there were people who didn't like that, and they were the people who were famous as the liberals and the revolutionaries in Europe. They were the middle class people, the educated middle class people, and they were getting support from the lower class people. That was on the other hand also. So the conservative idea got support of the Duke Metternich of Austria. And the four most powerful kingdoms of that time in Europe, Prussia, Austria, Russia, Great Britain, they got united against Napoleon Bonaparte. Remember, Napoleon Bonaparte is also famous in European history as Napoleon I. He had declared himself the Emperor of France in 1804, and he was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo by these four forces unitedly. Okay, and you can say these four conservative forces, along with the support of other conservative forces in Europe, defeated Napoleon Bonaparte in the Battle of Waterloo in 1815 on 18 June finally. Okay, then after defeating Napoleon, the process of the war had already started in 1814. Okay, so that defeat of Napoleon gave them a chance to assemble, to get collected, to meet at one place, and they selected the place, the capital of Austria, Vienna. The capital of Austria, Vienna. So in 1814, the Vienna Congress started, but it continued up to 1815, 9th June. Okay, and my dear children, in this Vienna Congress, Duke Metternich dominated everything. Everything he dominated. Almost all representatives from all the famous kingdoms had come to Vienna, and the final settlement was finalized by these four forces only. And the four forces were Austria, England, Prussia, and Russia. When they finalized the things, then what were the things? Whatever was finalized in Vienna by these four forces, is better known as the Vienna Congress outcomes. Objectives of Vienna Congress. For the first time in European history, it was a congress, it was a meeting which was for deciding the future of Europe. Which was for deciding the future of Europe. It was, for safety and security of Europe. It was for a peaceful Europe. And, points are, in both directions. Some points prove that they achieved what they wanted to achieve, means peace in Europe. And if you describe this in some other angle, you will find they failed to some extent. Okay? But we are not supposed to go that much, deep in this subject, in this topic. Now, we are going to discuss the outcomes of the Vienna Congress. Okay? Ready, children? Okay. So, listen carefully. 5-6 major things were decided in the Vienna Congress. And these decisions were finalized, I repeat, by Duke Metternich of Austria. The very first thing which was decided was all the territories which were captured by Napoleon Bonaparte from 1804 to 1815 were given back to those kingdoms, to those ruling dynasties, to those monarchies which had lost these kingdoms to Napoleon Bonaparte. Means Napoleon Bonaparte had captured the non-French territories from different monarchies. Those kingdoms were given back to them. Okay? And the other territories which were French territories only and captured by Napoleon Bonaparte, these territories were also wisely distributed. Wisely. How? These territories were given to the Bourbon dynasty. It means the Bourbon dynasty was brought back to power, means monarchy was re-established in France under the Bourbon dynasty, and the territories captured by Napoleon Bonaparte were given back to the old ruling dynasties. Okay? The next main decision taken over there was that on the boundary of France, in all 4 directions, small monarchies were set up, kingdoms were set up. This was for what? The main purpose of this was to check expansion of France in future. The next decision was what? The next decision was northern part of Italy was given to Austria. I mean Duke Metternich. Why northern part? Because this northern part was close to Austria. And Austria wanted, to put a check on France. For that purpose, Austria got the northern part of Italy. Okay, at that time Italy was divided into 3 parts broadly: the northern Italy, the central Italy, and the southern Italy. Okay, so northern Italy was now with Austria. Okay, this was another major decision taken, and along with this, a new kingdom of Netherlands was created. And in the kingdom of Netherlands, Belgium was added. In the kingdom of Netherlands, Belgium was added. You have studied in the civics first chapter, power sharing, that Belgium got independence from the Netherlands. I hope all of you remember that. Okay, anyway, we come to the point. So, Russia was given a part of Poland. Russia was given a part of Poland. Not entire Poland, a part of Poland. This was just to, encircle France. The objective was this. Prussia was very powerful German speaking kingdom. And out of 39 kingdoms, German speaking, Prussia was the most powerful. So Prussia was given Saxony, not entire Saxony. Around 60% territory of Saxony was given to this Prussia. Plus, Genoa was given to Piedmont. Piedmont, Sardinia. Why? Genoa was Italian-speaking territory. Piedmont, Sardinia, Italian-speaking territory. So this was given to them. Okay? On the, western boundary, okay, you can say Prussia was given small, but many kingdoms. Small, but many kingdoms. This was to establish Prussia, to promote Prussia, in a way to appease Prussia. Austria wanted to appease Prussia because Prussia was also, ready with the process of unification of Germany as one nation. And Prussia was the most powerful German-speaking, kingdom. So Prussia could lead this process, and that is why Duke Metternich gave some small territories plus a part of Saxony to Prussia. Okay? At last, we find that the territories which were captured by Napoleon Bonaparte since 1804 to 1815 were given back, to the old ruling families. Okay? Why? This we have also already discussed. But why? This was for the purpose of re-establishing old monarchies. This was for the purpose of re-establishing old social order. This was for the purpose of re-establishing the church and its power and prestige. So, the old monarchies, the power and prestige of the church, and the old social order, all three together make the new conservatism. So the Treaty of Vienna and its provisions, okay, the main objective was to resettle Europe in a peaceful manner and to make the future of Europe peaceful, but its hidden objective was to re-establish old monarchies, old social order, and the power and prestige of the church. This was the new conservatism and the Treaty of Vienna. Hope my children have understood this, followed this very well, and the most important question asked from this topic is, what were the provisions of the Vienna Congress? What were the outcomes of the Vienna Congress? Okay, how did Vienna Congress try to re-establish new conservative order in Europe? Hope all of you have got it and it's very clear to you now. Thank you very much and God bless you. Thank you very much once again.